Hi everyone, a very warm welcome to my channel. I hope you are all really well. It has been a long time since I've filmed, uploaded, and I'm really out of practice. So please bear with me while I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. I thought I would just do a kind of catch up vlog, if you like, just to kind of bring you up to speed with what's been going on before I start diving in with some more regular food content and things like I was previously uploading. I have been offline now for about 2 months, but it is whizzed by. It feels like a couple of weeks. So I'm really trying to remember where I was at when I last spoke to you. I thought I will do this now because I am starting to feel like I'm coming out of the other side of it all now. If you've been here for a while, you may be as shocked as me to realise that it's 5 months since I was diagnosed. And if you're new around here, I was diagnosed with breast cancer in December 22. And when I was diagnosed, I was told it was stage 1. Well, in my book, it says stage 1 ductal breast cancer. But when I had it all removed and they reassessed it and it was checked and everything, the official diagnosis was stage 2 invasive lobular carcinoma. You'd think I'd be able to just roll that off my tongue, wouldn't you, given that it was my diagnosis, but it's all been such a whirlwind. I think I'll just start from, so I know I've posted all about my surgery and everything, so I'm not going to go over all of that again. Healing up from that it's been okay. I am getting pain, so I'm 4 months post-surgery now, and I am getting quite a lot of pain. I wouldn't say it's bad pain. I'm assuming it's kind of nerves and stuff. I've still lost all sensation completely under my arm and down to where the lymph nodes came out and where the lump came out, which was a different place to where the lymph nodes were removed. That has been quite sore, and it's quite sort of thick. The skin is thick. It's got scar tissue. So I am going to see a lady on Saturday who deals with like it's called scar release therapy. So I'm almost excited to go and see her and see what she comes up with. Apparently she's amazing, and I really hope she can help because it's a bit uncomfortable. But then I think it was aggravated by the radiotherapy. So if you're not aware, I had 23 consecutive days of radiotherapy, excluding weekends. So Monday to Friday for 4.5 weeks, I was going to the hospital every day and having a dose of radiotherapy. I had 15 treatments to the whole of the area, including where the lymph nodes were and everything. And then I had 8 treatments that were focused solely on where the tumour was removed. So that's called a boost. And yeah, so I finished that on the 23rd of March. It's now 2 months post that. I handled the treatment well. I mean, I was told by the radiographers that my side effects were amazing. You know, I was handling it really well. Emotionally, I was too, because, you know, you're so busy and you're so focused on getting through the treatment, and with it being every day, it is really hectic. So, you know, I think emotionally you don't have a chance to be anything but okay. I did get halfway through, however, and I was starting to feel kind of, I guess, the strain of it all. So with going every day, I was going to work still, and I've got 2 children. So my children are actually about to turn 8 and 6, but they were 5 and 7. And my life was just absolute chaos. And I reached a point where I got a cold, and I also had some blisters at the top of my mouth. And that was a moment where I was just reassessing everything. I think I did film a vlog as well, actually, or a catch-up chat video at that time. I think it was at that specific moment where I just thought something in my life has to give. and I'm very limited with what I could remove from my life to make things a bit easier, but I knew I had to do something, so I decided to take some time off work. And so I'm still off work. I've been off work for probably 2.5 months, and I'm due back soon. So I'm now working through the process of planning my return, which is really nice. I feel ready. I am just trying to, I want to say get over, but it's not, I don't think it's going to be that easy. But I'm trying to deal with some of the health elements, I don't really know how to describe it, of my treatment, and I will just cover that in a moment because I am still on treatment at the moment. So yeah, I took this time off work, and then I disappeared off social media. Well, I say disappeared. I've still been on Instagram here and there, been really inconsistent. I've never been consistent with uploading on Instagram. I'm rubbish at all other platforms. But I kind of disappeared off social media too, because my focus and my main priority is obviously my main job. And if I wasn't well enough to do that, then I needed to make sure that I removed everything else that wasn't necessary from my life, and YouTube obviously wasn't necessary. And so I came offline to just give myself time. And you know what, if you're about to go through this, or you're in the middle of this journey, or you're supporting someone, because that's just as important. I was going through this with a very sort of methodical approach. I was okay in myself because it all happened so quickly. Once you're diagnosed, it's just like a whirlwind, and there's so many appointments, and even leading up to surgery, I had a guided, don't really know what I had. I had an ultrasound on my lymph nodes to check to see whether they looked like there was anything in them, because if there was, they would have biopsied them there and then. But they were okay. And I had that appointment. I had a pre-operation appointment, and yeah, it's just like bam, 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 one after the other. And then you have your surgery, and you're recovering from that, and you're waiting for your results from your surgery, and then you go into oncology and decide what the next plan is. And then, like I said, 4.5 weeks of radiotherapy. So it was bam, bam, bam. And when you finish radiotherapy, it hits you. I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but for me, wow. I mean, so I vlogged my radiotherapy treatment. I haven't shared that video. Well, to be honest, I haven't finished editing it. It's really, really long. I think at the moment it's about 120 minutes, which is crazy. So I need to spend some time and just cut it all down if I'm going to put it out there. I think it will make it up, because it's kind of a moment in the journey, it's kind of I don't want to say, it's just, it's an important part of my journey. And so yeah, I probably will put it out. It may help someone who is going through this, and if it just helps one person to understand what it's like, then that's amazing. So I think I will put it out. I just haven't had the focus, the energy, or anything to actually edit any videos. So, and at the end of that video, on my last day of treatment, it hit me like an absolute, but like it was just like, wow, I now feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. So I felt lost, I felt sad, I felt all sorts of emotions the last day of my radiotherapy. I got home from my treatment and I was just sad. I was just crying, and yeah, I just did not know what was next, because you're, like I say, you're bam, 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 bam. Oh, you're done now. Drop you back into the real world, and you're on your own. And I have had 2 appointments since my treatment finished to kind of review things. But yeah, it's a crazy feeling, and I didn't expect it. I wasn't prepared for what was going to happen at the end of my radiotherapy. So yeah, I spent a couple of days really, really low, tearful. I didn't know kind of what to do with myself, like what was my plan. And also my side effects were not too bad. So I was feeling physically, I was feeling okay. I had got over my cold, my blisters had gone, my skin was all right. I do show in the radiotherapy vlog, I do show kind of like what my skin looked like at the end. And it did look all right, really. And so it was the emotional side of things that I was not prepared for. It was literally about a week and a half before the Easter holidays when I finished my treatment. So I had very little time to kind of absorb everything. I don't process everything before the kids broke up from school. So in some ways that was probably a good thing, because, you know, my children have been a fantastic distraction. I mean, I love them to pieces, obviously, and they have just been, you know, it's been hard. I'm not going to lie, it's been hard. I don't have very much support at all, virtually no support actually, because we don't have parents and people in our lives that can help us with the children. And so it's been hard, but it's really, in a way, been a good thing, I think. It's really, you know, it's really distracted me. It's got me through the day. And yeah, I definitely think this has actually brought our family closer together, which is really, really lovely. I understand that, you know, it can have different impacts on different families, but for our experience, it's brought us closer together. It's made us appreciate kind of just simple things. It's made us, you know, enjoy being at home a lot more, and yeah, not having to do extravagant things all the time. Not that we did that anyway, but you know what I mean. So we had the Easter holidays, and for the first week it was okay, but then the second week, so we had the Easter weekend, and that's when it all started really. I got hit with fatigue that I've never experienced before. Like, I thought I had experienced tiredness, fatigue, but when that hit, the radiotherapy fatigue, wow, it was a whole new level. It made my vision go funny, because I felt like I just needed to sleep there and then when it hit. And yeah, I couldn't, it was just kind of, even lifting up my arms was an effort, but you know, my life had to go on because I had the kids off school. And I would say that was probably one of the hardest weeks I've ever had in my life, getting through those holidays with the boys at home and that fatigue, and my husband was at work, and it was absolutely crazy. But then when they went back to school, the second week, I started to slowly improve. And yeah, it's been slow. And I think the reason for that is because I started tamoxifen. So if you're not aware of what that is, it's a hormone medication that I've been prescribed to take for 5 years. And the reason for that is because the tumour I had was positive for estrogen and progesterone. So essentially, those two hormones were feeding my tumour and encouraging it to grow. So taking tamoxifen lowers your risk of a recurrence of that type of cancer anyway. My risk, as I understand it, the risks are personalised based on you and your tumour and your age and your everything. My risk is small, not my risk, my recurrence. So let me explain this. I'll start again. My risks are that 1 in 100 of me would be prevented from a recurrence by taking the tamoxifen. So for me, 1 in 100 is not a great benefit. And to be fair, the oncologist agreed with me, my breast care nurse agrees with me, everyone kind of supports my decision on whether to take tamoxifen or not. I've weighed it up. Oh my goodness, I've had turmoil about whether to take these tablets. Anyway, I decided that if I did get a recurrence and it was positive for those hormones, I would always be thinking, what if I'd have taken the tablets? So anyway, I decided to give them a go. I just randomly felt like I just had this instinct that the day was the day. So I think it was around about the Easter weekend when I decided that, yeah, this is the time I need to start taking these tablets. So I've been on them for 6 weeks now. And I think that has definitely hampered, is that the word? My recovery. And so the last 4 weeks have been challenging. Dropped in the middle of that, all of that, I had a dodgy looking mole. I've had this mole for a while, but it has changed and it's in the area. And the doctor wanted to make sure that it was okay. So I then had an urgent 2-week referral. So in the UK, we have the 2-week referral pathway if there's any kind of suspected cancer, and then you're seen by the relevant department within 2 weeks. So my GP made that referral. So then I had that all going on in my head. This was kind of the beginning of April time I was referred. I went through to dermatology and that was all fine. We thought it was, but we just wanted to make sure they were happy, although it is changing. So they sent me to the photography department. Who knew that hospital has a photography department? It was like walking into a film, photo shoot with all the big lights and stuff. But yeah, they were amazing, and they took some pictures of it. So they've kept them on file so that should it change anymore and I go back, they can compare it. So that was that. And I think that kind of added to my emotional sort of stress. So I went through that. I'm on the tamoxifen. I was actually breezing through tamoxifen for the first 3 weeks, or 2.5, 3 weeks. And I thought, okay, we can really start working on recovering now. But then I got hit with I got hit with the tamoxifen side effects. I mean, I haven't got the full side effects yet. Whether I will or not, I don't know, because not everyone gets everything. But the side effects I had was a constant headache. I had this headache day and night for about 2 weeks. I just it was horrible. It was a real like stuffy headache, if you know what I mean. Like when you get a cold and you have that kind of congested head feeling, it was like that. And the nausea, oh my goodness, the nausea was awful. And thankfully, both of those have subsided now. So the nausea and headaches lasted 2 weeks. The nausea maybe 2.5 to 3, but yeah, they both have subsided now, which I'm so grateful about. I did switch up the time of day I take it, so whether that helped or not, I don't know. But yeah, I felt like a weight had been lifted when that headache went. But what I'm battling with badly is fatigue, tiredness. I am really struggling with it, and that's my biggest problem at the moment. Now, tamoxifen does cause fatigue, but then so does cancer and the cancer treatment. So I just don't know I don't know what I can do, but I'm doing absolutely everything I possibly can to combat this fatigue. So I had blood tests because I requested to have my blood count checked because I am always anemic, always. I've always been borderline though, not massively anemic. I'm always at the very, very bottom end of normal, just below normal. For some reason, I've just never, ever been able to increase it. And I just don't get along with these medications that the doctor keeps prescribing me. I've had endless boxes of, is it ferrous sulfate? It just doesn't do anything for me. I just don't absorb anything from it. So I requested blood tests and I had calcium checked. I also asked for vitamin D to be checked because I was deficient in that. So I wanted to just make sure, really, I wanted a baseline before I started taking the tablets. I had my blood test done, maybe I'd been on the tablets for a week, so you know they wouldn't have had any effect on my levels of anything at that point. So anyway, had my test done. I didn't ask for calcium, by the way. My doctor said he would do that because tamoxifen can cause problems with calcium. So we'll retest everything maybe at 6 months. So yeah, my blood count came back. As always, it hadn't changed. It was borderline, very bottom of normal, at the top, sort of just in the anemic range. So I thought, right, well, potentially that's not making this fatigue, that isn't the cause of this fatigue fully, because, you know, to be really tired from that, I probably would have to be really anemic, but I think there is an element of that. So you may have seen from previous videos, I take supplements from Wild Nutrition. They are food grown supplements, so essentially they are produced from food, which apparently makes it easier for your body to absorb them because it knows what to do and it doesn't have any of the fillers and everything to deal with. So I decided I was going to try. I've been taking the vitamin D from there and the omega, but I decided to try the iron. So I got that, and then I kind of wasn't very regular with taking it because I was a bit concerned about taking too many supplements, really. I'm not keen on doing that. So yeah, I got a bit slack with taking it, but actually I decided the last 2 weeks I've taken it 100% regularly. Actually, I've been taking it when I wake up about 5 in the morning. I have a drink right next to my bed and the tablet, and I literally just swallow it, done, empty. I just think an empty stomach for me is the only shot I get in my body actually absorbing the iron. So I've been doing that every day. I've just got my next month's supply just being delivered. So I'm really, really hoping that helps. And I'm just looking really closely at my diet and making sure I'm getting as much iron as I can. It's really difficult because I have cut out meat, and obviously iron from meat is the easiest iron for our bodies to absorb. Plant-based iron is not so easy, so whether or not I will manage to bring my levels up naturally, I don't know, but I'm giving it my absolute best shot at doing that. And yeah, I'm now planning to go back to work and resume some kind of normal life. It's such a challenge when you've been through this. Like, I feel like, I don't know, sorry, it's my ankle. Every video I film, my ankle's clicking. I'm only 40. I've got no hope, have I? So yeah, like I said, I'm planning to go back to work now, and I'm just trying now to work out what my normal life looks like. It's so difficult. I feel like I don't know who I am anymore. I feel like I don't know what I can handle. I don't know. My emotional state is still not great. I am considering counselling, to be honest. I have also been going on a course, which is 2.5 hours every week. I've been doing that for 5 weeks. So it's a 6-week course. It finishes next week. It's been really helpful. It's called Hope. It's run by Macmillan. I don't think it's just our area. I think it's everywhere does it. And we have a cancer information centre linked to our hospital, and they're amazing. And they basically got me signed up to this course. So I've been doing that. I also went to a support group last week. So our cancer information centre runs a monthly support group, and I haven't been until last week. It actually clashes with my Slimming Well group. I hadn't gone because I'd been going to Slimming Well, but actually I think I do need to go to this support group. So yeah, I'm gonna have to change things up there a little bit. But yeah, it's only once a month, but I found that really helpful as well. I do think I was someone that was like, no, I don't need any of that. I'm just gonna, I'll be okay. But actually, I definitely have to work hard on keeping myself going and smiling and feeling kind of, I want to say happy, but it's so easy to feel tearful and low and it is so easy to feel like that every day. And I'm really, I'm working hard. It's not easy. It's not coming naturally. for example, today I have been out in the sun. It's very sunny today, that hasn't helped. It's been really grey and miserable for so long. We're nearly at the end of May and we still haven't got the really nice weather yet. It's 15 degrees outside. I've got a weather station outside and a display in here, and it says it's 15 degrees outside at the moment, and it's 9:20, so that's not too bad. But it's been really cold and a lack of sun. But anyway, today we've got sun, so I've been outside for about half an hour this morning and just let my face and my eyes absorb sunlight. And like I say, I've changed my diet to, I'm not vegan. I'll never say I'm vegan, but I am mostly plant-based. So I've cut out meat, I've cut out most dairy. I want to say, I'm not saying completely, because I have the odd bit of yogurt or I have the odd bit of milk, but mostly plant-based foods, which for me, it was a personal decision. I'm not a nutritionist. I would like to be. You never know, I might still have time in my life to explore that, but I'm not a doctor. I won't give anyone advice at all on how to eat. And it's literally just how the decision I made for me. And I decided that, you know, based on research I'd done, that cutting out meat and dairy for me was sensible. But I'm not restricting myself. So if I want a cup of tea with some milk, I'm going to have that. And I just think that the one thing that I will stick with is the meat, unless we're out somewhere or we're having takeaway with people or whatever, and it's a challenge. Then, you know, I'm not gonna restrict myself, and that's just gonna make me feel miserable. But I am being sensible about it, and I'm including lots of healthy fats in my diet now, which is something I never used to do. Things like nuts and seeds, avocado, a little bit of olive oil, just you know, I'm trying to be really, really sensible, and hoping that all helps me to combat my fatigue. Also, I've joined a gym. I haven't actually been for 2 weeks because my fatigue's been so bad, and also my little boy had a stomach bug, so he was off school for most of the week. And yeah, but I've joined a gym, and I have been a handful of times. I'm not going crazy. This is real light exercise. It's really about movement. What you find after radiotherapy is that actually there's an area here, and it's like an elastic band, and it radiotherapy can make it all like, I don't know what the right term is, but makes it all like tight. And yeah, so it's about movement and keeping everything moving. And I've been adding a little bit of weight, and I've been doing walks on the treadmill and things like that, which has been really, I think, beneficial. But like I said, I haven't been for 2 weeks, and I need to start picking that up again now. And then there is just the one additional issue that I've got at the moment with my back. So I have back pain, which started in February, and I chalked it up to being the position I was laying in the radiotherapy machine. It actually started after my CT scan, was when I kind of noticed it, and I didn't realise, I didn't twig that the CT scan, you know, could have been anything to do with it. But I twigged once I started radiotherapy, and I could feel the pain in my back when I was in the machine, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. So I just went with it. I mentioned it to the radiographer, and she kind of said, oh, it could be. And I left it at that, and assumed that when I finished radiotherapy, it would just get better. But we're 2 months post radiotherapy now, and I've still got pain in my back. So I went to see a physiotherapist last week, and I kind of, in my head, I was kind of hoping she'd go, oh yeah, that's fine, that's this, and you can do this exercise to help with that, and you know, it's all okay. But I kind of mentioned, you know, I have obviously concerns that it could be related to my cancer, and she kind of agreed and said, yeah, you know, she didn't say I'm not happy, but she could sense that I wasn't happy, and I think she felt concerned as well. So she's referred me now to another team, which is a diagnostic team that has access to scanners and things, to see what they think, whether I need some more checks done to just double check there's nothing in my back that we don't want to be in there. But obviously that has really hampered my recovery. I've been really stressed out about it. The pain is actually a bit better this week. It's still there, but it's been a bit better. So I'm really hoping things are on the mend and it's nothing to worry about. But obviously, when you've been through this diagnosis and this journey, every little twinge is an instant, is it cancer? And it's just, I just think I'm just going to have to learn to live with that. And I'm just going to have to learn to be, what's the word, pragmatic about things. I've been told by the breast care nurse what I need to look out for in the future and to ring them should I get any of those things. One of them being back pain, but obviously I'm already in the system with that now. But yeah, I do need to just I need to develop my own coping mechanisms and strategies about how I'm going to deal with my anxiety, because it's always going to be a thing. You know, I've got my mammogram booked in for December. I know, right? They are really on the ball. They've given me the date and time, and you know it's in December. But anyway, I've got that every year, so I'm gonna have to deal with my own anxiety and build my own coping mechanisms for that. But I'm really hoping that now I'm starting to feel better and I'm starting to ease myself back into normal life. Don't get me wrong, things aren't ever going to just go back to normal. It's going to be a case of developing a new normal. I know I need to ease myself back into life, but I need to start doing, because at the moment I'm not really doing anything. I'm doing a lot of resting during the day in the small window of time I get without children while they're at school. I'm doing a lot of resting because the fatigue's been so bad and the pains and everything. I would say I'm getting a lot of very strange pain. I mean, I get a lot of pain that's like all over my body, and I think that's probably tamoxifen. I've agreed with my breast care nurse. I'm gonna take. She said to me yesterday. I had a review yesterday of my breast care nurse, and it's like a 6-month review, which I didn't know I was going to get. But now she just sort of said she wanted to review everything and see how everything was going, and she sort of said take it for 3 to 6 months if you can, and just give yourself a proper amount of time and let these side effects sort of settle. I'm really hoping that with my healthy eating and weight loss and all of that it will all just come together in a couple of months' time. So we'll see. But yeah, I feel like I'm ready to kind of move forward. I just don't know how that looks for me and what normal life is for me now. But June is a really hectic month in our family. We have 3 birthdays. So there's my 2 children and my birthday in June. And so I've not really done a lot of planning for that, to be honest. Because I've been so under the weather, I just haven't got on top of anything. So, we'll keep it low key and we'll keep it gentle. It's knowing what my capabilities are, and I have had to really, really slow down, and I've had to say no to a lot of things. It's kind of knowing now that I have to preserve my energy for what's coming up the next day or that week or whatever it is. So for example, this week I'm trying to really kind of bulk up my energy stores, if you like, to deal with half term next week. So yeah, that's where I'm at. You're up to speed. My ankle's clicking again. I don't think there's anything else I need to update you on. There probably is loads, but I haven't made notes and my memory is terrible. That's another thing I've noticed. I get really kind of forgetful. I've got a couple of reminders on my phone now that I need to pay for something for beavers for my kids, and I need to do what do I need? I need to do some energy readings for the gas and electric. I'm getting reminders left, right and centre, so I need to get a little bit more organised. But yeah, I think that's where we're at. So moving forward, in terms of uploads, I'm not going to be regularly uploading until probably the end of June. I just feel like I need to really kind of crack this fatigue if I can, and just get back to work and just all of that before I start intensely kind of vlogging and uploading again, because I really enjoy it, but it is time consuming, and I really need to focus my time to try and like overcome, I want to say overcome the fatigue. It's wishful thinking, isn't it? I mean, this is probably a really long-term thing, but yeah, I mean, I feel brighter today. I think sitting out and getting the sun in my eyes has really helped for half an hour. But anyway, I go off on tangents, don't I? It's because I haven't done this for so long. I am going to be filming a lot of what I'm eating and sharing that. I am still going to Slimming World. My weight, I didn't go last week, so I was at the support group. I think I had a bit of a gain because I had a few days of poor eating and I was feeling really, really rubbish. So I'm not 100% sure where I'm at with my weight, but I think I am 8 pounds heavier than my lowest weight. So I'm really happy with that. I couldn't ask for any more, actually. I'm so happy with that because, you know, ideally, yes, I haven't lost any weight since December. The last time so when I was at my lowest weight was the week before Christmas. But, you know, I could have gone the other way. I could have really come for 8. I could have really lost my way with it, and I didn't. And I'm really pleased with that. But we are now at the point where I need to just say, right, enough's enough. I've still got, you know, a fair way to go on my weight loss journey. And yeah, I'm now thinking I need to get my 5 stone award. I really hope to have that before we go on holiday. We're going on a little caravan holiday at the end of July. So I really hope to have my 5 stone award by then. Like I say, I think I'm about 9 pounds away from that. So that would be amazing to get that. I already got the 4.5 stone. So I kind of had to give it back, if you like, but you don't physically give it back. But yeah, so that's what I'm kind of aiming for. Yeah, I'm focusing more on nutrients and actually the best fuel for my body than I am focusing on sins and stuff, which is a big part of Slimming World, and I know that. But I don't eat a lot of snacky things and chocolate and sweets and crisps and all of that. And I know you can eat that within your sins, and that's absolutely fine. But for me, I've been focusing a lot more on kind of just eating for health. So really trying to make sure I've got the right nutrients on my plate, and, you know, I've got the right things with it to be able to absorb the nutrients, because that's another whole minefield. So yes, I'm going to share as much of that as I can, but I won't be doing that regularly until I expect the end of June, unless anything major happens and I end up going backwards, and, you know, hopefully that won't happen. But that's the plan. There will be a couple of uploads coming during June. I think I'll get the radiotherapy vlog out, although I don't expect that to appeal to anyone unless you're on the journey and heading for that treatment. But I think I will get that put out. I really want to take this opportunity to say a massive thank you. I am so grateful that you are here. It means the absolute world. I really enjoy doing this. I just want to help people. Even if I just help one person make any changes to their lifestyle that they want to make for the better, that is what I really want to do. Very slightly considering a Slimming World consultancy position. I don't know if I might do that, or, you know, I don't know, but I just want to help people, and so that's all I can ask for. And I'm so thankful for you being here, and also for anyone who has sent me messages. I'm so sorry if I haven't replied to everyone. I've tried to. I know I've got comments on YouTube that I've seen over the last couple of days that I haven't replied to. I'm so sorry. I'm planning to get back to you. And Instagram, wow, I've had a lot of messages on Instagram, which has been so lovely. And I've even had some emails. Yeah, I'm so blown away that people that I don't know personally take the time to think of me, even if, you know, it just blows my mind. So yeah, very grateful, and let's hopefully pick this channel up again, support each other. If you've got any comments or anything you want to reach out, and I know that I have people that reply to other people within the comments, so yeah, just want it to be a supportive space, and hopefully we can move forward and achieve our health goals together. So that's me done for now. Thank you so, so much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you very soon in the next one. Bye guys.